Hello and welcome to a review of the Kamen DX Genesis driver from Kamen Gaim. This one's used by the enemies, including Zengatsu, the Lockseed dealer, that Peach woman, and the scientists who designed the Warring States driver and the Genesis driver. And of course, I'm a bit late to the review. A lot of people already reviewed this. Some people always start reviewing the Cherry Lockseed, and the Peach Lockseed is I think it's a slightly bit later. Maybe. But I'll be reviewing those in separate videos. But this is also an unboxing, which people don't really seem to do too much. Like I said, I always look at the box when doing these videos. So first of all, first complaint is this stupid flap. I mean, this box is big. It's like the Axo driver big. In fact, it's slightly taller. So not only is it taller, but it also has this extra flap right there. It's just really annoying. I hate these flaps. They don't hook the box up. And, you know, not only is this flap quite tall, also this bit with the Lockseed bit is even taller. It just gets in the way. I fold this down. Well, thank God I can fold it down. It doesn't, you know, it's not longer than the width of the box, for God's sake. But Christ, these flaps need to go. Bandai, get rid of those flaps. I mean, if I cut this off, then oh no, the value of the toy is going down because, you know, the bit's missing now. And if I was to resell it like 5 years down the line, I'm gonna be like, oh well, there's bits missing. So it's annoying. Yeah, I hate these flaps. Let it be known that these flaps are from hell itself. But anyway, it says only comes with one Lockseed because, you know, giving you more than one is a bit too much. But it does show you the other two Lockseeds there, and that one comes with the bow and arrow, which I don't want because, I mean, yeah, it looks cool, but maybe I want it. But it's just the handheld weapons of the Rider toy, always not to scale, and I don't like that. You know, it's not like it's in the show. But the front cover is really cool. You know, it's got this soda design, the straws coming out. It's got all this. For some reason, it's just really nice to see these little water things on the glass, like little droplets, driplets everywhere, and it's really cool. Gaim logo at the bottom. No, I'm probably not going to pick up a Warring States driver because I'm just not bothered with that one too much. I'm more concerned with this. The Zengatsu arm is so much cooler than the fruit arms are kind of cool, but this one's way cooler. And the energy Lockseeds are so much more fun. Let's look tight on the side. And other side. So yeah, pretty cool picture of Zengatsu right there. Very colourful. So yeah, back of the box, pretty much showing all the other things that you can do. The new show is probably going to be like a capsule candy toy version of that one some point soon anyway. And of course adverts of all the other stuff. Quick look at the bottom. Nothing too much, nothing too special. Just Zengatsu Lemon Energy Arms. Yeah, so let's unbox this piece of a DX driver. It's a really big box. I have already opened it once, but I'm just opening it again for, you know, the viewers. Because a lot of reviewers don't unbox these DX toys. Well, some do. The Japanese ones do. But, you know, if you don't know Japanese and you only know English, and this is probably the only English video with unboxing of these DX toys. Just want to, you know, let you guys have a feel what it would be like if you did get a DX toy and how it's like. So I'll open it from this side, pull the whole thing out. See, look, it's a massive box, and as per usual, you got cardboard on top, and it's probably recycled cardboard underneath to hold on the entire bag. There was a tape here taping this down, but I've already untaped that. So you flap the plastic bag open and get these sheets out. There's a lot of sheets in here. You know. First, you got an advert saying you can buy other Gaim stuff. If you get the bow and arrow, you get this other energy Lockseed, and so on and so forth. You got the first warning sheet telling you what not to do with this toy. So this is like the basic guide you get in electronics. Like you get the instructions manual and you get a quick start guide. So yes, apparently don't put it on like a pair of pants. Well, why not? They can fit, right? Next you have the battery safety warning, like what not to do with batteries. So don't mix rechargeable batteries with actual non-rechargeable batteries. Don't leave the toy on when the batteries are in there. Don't leave the don't leave the cover open when it's on, because you might get electrical shock. And don't put them in the wrong way around. When it turns on, it'll make a sound and lights. And the best batteries are the ones that are brand new. Put them in the right way around. So this is like the right side, that's the wrong side. And of course, finally, you have the instructions manual, which is such a big instructions manual, but seriously, it doesn't need to be this big. Again, it's got all the battery stuff in there again. All the quick start guide stuff in there again, and how to combine it with the rolling states driver. But why is this so? Seriously, it's like this was like a game or something with all those instructions. In fact, it's bigger than modern gaming stuff. So first thing to note that there's an extra cardboard here to support, because so the box doesn't get pushed down. So take the cardboard out. And it's right on where the lock seat is. Pull out this bit. None of these bags are taped, which is for the sake of environment, it's good. So what I usually do is I take the things out of the bag and I'll fold it and I'll chuck it back in there, because it's not too bother. I mean, it's not going to get damaged. But you got this piece, the back of it's like the belt buckle area that ties everything together. Soft rubbery plastic. I mean, this is missing this scratch. Chuck that in there. You of course have the actual belts. Again, pull them out of the sleeve. Okay, I like these a lot more than the other ones because first of all, it's attachable on both sides. Ever since the double driver, they've been doing that. But after the double driver, like the old driver, like it's a lot easier to detach both sides, so that's good. And another thing is, it isn't just grey, it's actually metallic. So it feels more like the actual belts. Just for the sake of the video, I got the old extension black belt out. So that's good, that it's actually metallic. Of course, you got the lock seat, again, in the bag. It's open, almost like it's advertising it, but there's no window in the box. So what are you advertising? I don't know. But there was a white peg in there we should pull out. So close this for now. And let's put that in the back. And of course, the main meat of this thing is really, really heavy, which explains why it's almost like it costs 50% more than any other rider belt that's come out retail cost. Old rare ones that get expensive doesn't count. But anyway, so that's unboxing it, and just for you to see the inside of the box, the innards. There you go. And that's the white peg that holds stops the batteries. Really, really big driver. It's this piece of a toy. So what happens is you put a lock seat in here and it pushes a combination of these, either pushes one of each, either pushes one button or two buttons or two others or all three. When you put in a normal lock seat, like the ones from the rolling state driver, it pushes all of them down and it'll say something else. When you push this handle, it pushes this. First of all, a peg in there tells the lock seat what it's in. If it's this peg, it says it's in the driver. If it's another peg, it tells it's in the weapon, and it'll make different sounds. Another thing is, when you push this down, it pushes this button and this button behind the lock seat, so it pushes another two things. Of course, you can hear that there's a mechanism, there's a little gear inside. LED light is down there, and when this thing goes up, it does the soda filling thing, but as you see, for me personally, I think it doesn't work too well. This side you can't move. It almost looks like you can push both sides, but you can't. We like these little straw designs. It'd be even cooler if there were LED lights pushing lights through the straws. So you have another straw here. So you can push down this button, and it releases this bit, which you can put on the warning stage driver. I don't have the warning stage driver, but what it does is, I'll put this down, is that there's a button here, you can see. If that button is pushed down, it tells pretty much the lock seat that it's in the warning stage driver. And when that button is down and you push this button, it will do the Jimba Arms mixer thing. Another thing is this button right here. When you put the lock in, it pushes this down, it pushes the button down, and it pushes the button down there, which tells this that it's been activated. So there's a lot of buttons going on these things. Now on the back you got the power switch and of course the compartment. It's kind of cool. It's got all these molding lines here. Like they didn't forget the back isn't just plain. I mean it's very plain, but you know it could have just been one black piece, but it isn't. And the tramp stamp is right there, all the copyright information and such. Yeah, they have to label left and right because you know kids are stupid apparently. Takes 3 AAA batteries, screwdriver bit is there. Now, one thing I give them credit for is that people forget to mention, and I forget to mention, is that the screw holes on these, where you're supposed to take a compartment off, they can fit both plus side screws and just straight one screws, minus screws, screwdrivers, because they've got a flat, like minus, and then a deeper plus. So the plus would go in the deeper one, and the minus would go in the upper area, and that's cool. So you can use 2 kinds of screwdrivers. Like, oh crap, I only have a plus one, I only have a minus one. They both work. However, I do prefer the ones on like the K-Touch, for example, or the Trigger Magnum, where it's just a little spring-loaded dot that you can just push down and open the flap. I don't have screws so much because if you play this a lot, then you're going to be changing batteries a lot, and having a screw there isn't the best for me personally. So I'm just going to attach the belt. Even though it says left and right, there is no difference in the left and right. So like, I'll put the right one into the left hand side and see what happens. And that's totally fine. So the only thing different, I guess, is the side of the belts would be different. And oops, there goes the light. And I unplugged the other light as well. Well, so I am. The Genesis driver is very pretty looking. And where did I put? Oh, there it is. So I'll just put the extension belt on. I'll put that on later. I'll just leave these here just so the Genesis driver can sit up. There you go. And for awesomeness, I'm going to have to turn the lights off. Because, stuff. Well, I'll do that after the Melon energy. Oh, excuse me. Feeling very indecisive today. Zoom. So yeah, this is the Melon Energy lock seat, and it is awesome. Very transparent. Now the way this works is there's a button down there, which when pushed, okay, it opens this. Now what it does is it pushes a little button down there that pushes this open. So when I push the button down, you can see this go up and the flaps go open. Now this is slightly annoying in that if you want to close the thing, you push that down and oops. Now these two can't close. You gotta make sure you close these two first before you close it. Straw design, of course. Glitter plastic, 3 batteries inside. Another thing to note is so design is pretty cool in that sense. You can see it's a really big, long mechanism. And the chip itself, this is like a more complex Gaim memory in a sense, because it has its own sounds. There's no Gambaride function, like you can't put this in the Gambaride machine, so it doesn't scan anything. And everything is timed. So depending on what button you push, it will do a timer, and the timer will affect how it sounds along the drivers or the other lock seats. So in that sense, it's like the Gaim memories. It's its own thing, and all the sounds work with other sounds because it's timed. But with these, you got so many more buttons. Like you got this button does the generic sound. You got these two buttons, so all these different combinations do different things. So power button on the bottom because it is a DX lock seat. So that's cool. Let's do that again. This time I'm going to turn the lights off because it'll be awesome. More awesome that way anyway. Oops, I'll just pop this open. And then powered it on. Now the inside is, well, to be honest, not as cool. You know, it's more this one that's really cool with the energy thing going. Sweet. That would have been better if these three flaps were painted underneath so the light doesn't shine through as much. So I'm just going to push the buttons and then start. All the energy lock seats so far do the same noises. They're 4 noises when you just push the button. Energy standby. Energy shutdown. That one is system start. And finally, connecting. So they really don't know how to say these things too properly. So that's that for the lock seat on its own. Bye bye Lord Vader, go away. So I'm going to move the camera into a better angle. Down we go. So power on the Genesis driver on the back. Yeah, they can't even say Genesis right. Oh, Japanese people. Oops. Now the thing with this is there's no mechanism in the actual lock area, so you can just keep pushing this. And it will just keep doing the same thing. But let's stop doing that and actually put it in here. Now, as you see here, there's a little gap here, which means it will push the 2 on the... Oh, it'll leave all 3 open, I think. No, it'll push 2 of them down. If you don't let this go, it doesn't do the soda thing. And one thing to notice, yeah, even though the higher up area is darker, a lot of the light is shining through that piece of plastic. So you've henchined. There is a filling up water sound, but it's obscured by that mechanism sound. Other reviewers have taken that chain out, but I'm just actually wondering if you oiled it up, would it make it better? That it'll still do the slow rising. See, if you take the gear out, this thing would just the button would just drop all the way back, and this thing would just, you know, just rise to the top instantly. But I was thinking, like, if you were to not take away the spring load mechanism inside, but add some oil to remove the sound to make it run smoother, I was wondering if that would work. Someone try it and let me know, maybe. But yeah, let's do the other tracks. Melon, energy, squash. And that's it, really. And oops, I pushed the button. Now I'm gonna activate the warring states thing with this. But first let's take a look at the other colors you get here. So I'm gonna push the left peg. Oops. I'm gonna have to do the lock on thing first. Push the left peg. It's white. So left peg is green, so it's okay. Middle. I'm gonna try and push the middle peg. Oh, well, I'll lock off first. Lock on. Middle peg. Okay, you got purple. Okay, only the right peg. You got orange, so that's the Melon energy one. Okay, 2 on the right, like both. You got red, which is cherry. Okay, 2 on the left. Okay, 2 on the left is multicolored. Okay, this one's gonna be a bit hard. The one on the right, just missing out the middle. Oh, whoops. Put that in. Okay, just missing the one from the middle. Okay, that's also green. Okay, the last one is all 3. Oh, whoops. And just white. And, you know, doing the one that's all 3, I still have my Cougar lock seed, so... This is the candy toy, so it only has 1 button function. So, you know, it pushes down all 3 buttons. And because this is a candy toy version, it only has 1 button, it's going to cycle through the sounds again. Yeah, lock off, come off. And just for funsies, here's the Hibiki lock seed, so... Oops, I'm gonna do this sometimes. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, as you see, like the candy toy ones are, for the price that the candy toy ones are, they're pretty much exactly like Gaim memories. There's only one button and it only does one list of sounds, so they're really not worth the price, the candy toy ones anyway. But let's take this bit off and let's do some cheating. Come off. Lock off, damn it. So let's do the cheating and let's pretend, or cheat to the driver and pretend that it's going to go in the warring states driver. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this button down. Well, I'm going to put the locks. Yeah, I'm going to push the button down. Like, well, I'm going to keep it down. 1 sec. Okay, so you see I put that tiny little Fi's sword in there. That's from the Makeup Blocks toy that I painted to add detail because it's normally just a single grey colour. So that's pushing down that button. That's where the warring states driver would push this down, and oh whoops! And that bounced down. Let's stick that back in. Okay, so technically you'll be doing different sound. So you lock that in. You don't have to. Oh, damn it. Okay, this is going to be a little bit fidgety. Let's just find a good way to stick this in. And let's get the sounds. Sounds like he said parking, like, oh my god, parking a car is so hard. Well, I'm pretty sure it's meant to say sparking. But whatever, so that's what it does. So close that. Now, of course, if you have the weapon, maybe I might get it, I don't know. Then a lot more sounds going on there. But as is, this is cool. This is a fun toy. Like a lot of people are like, oh my god, it's bloody Fruit Riders, like Fruit Ninja and stuff. Well, actually, we don't have a ninja yet. They probably thought of that and then put it down there. And there's also this Chinese saying with all the foods like 士多啤梨蘋果橙咁, which is banana, apple and orange, but it's sort of like a kind of you can call it a joke maybe, but they don't have apple, so even the Chinese joke doesn't get through. So it's like they thought about all the different jokes and they're like, oh yeah, it's food, let's try to avoid some food jokes maybe, and they did it. So yeah, lots of playability, and because the way they work the same as lock seeds, you can have essentially an unlimited amount of lock seeds. They can make as many lock seeds as they want and have unlimited amount of sounds because the sounds come from the lock seeds themselves and not the belt. The Force driver, the Wizard driver, and the Deku driver, they all had the sounds in the belt, so these things were limited. So that's the way around it. So tell me what you think. Are you going to pick up one of these weapons or belts? And I think it's pretty cool. Now, these things are expensive. They cost more than all the other DX belts that came before it. And well, this thing, it's big and hefty, I can see why. The Warring States driver, not so much. However, these are probably why the biggest reason why the price is so much higher. The DX version of these lock seats on their own are quite expensive, and I can see why, because there's a more complex chip going in, sound chip going inside. There's a lot more buttons and functions going all over the place. There's a lot more mechanisms going on, which explains why they cost more. However, the candy toy versions, which cost a fortune, do not pay a fortune to them, because they are repackaged Gaim memories, you know, sound toys. Yeah, I did that perfect right there. You know, what I do is this part of my hand pushes the button when I open it. But the point is, these are a rip-off on eBay, so don't buy these on eBay, because you can get these in stores in Hong Kong for $40 each, and even that's pushing it. It's still plastic body with this, and you know, it's got two moving bits and a sound chip inside that just cycles through. So the capsule toys are a bit better because they have slightly more mechanisms. The DX toys I can recommend, but not the candy toys. They're a total rip-off. Like, as much as I love Cougar, for Cougar fans out there, I couldn't recommend the Cougar lock seat, because again, it's too expensive for just a sound chip essentially. But these I can understand why they cost more for accessories. I mean, yeah, they're making so much profit off these, because I'm pretty sure the budget to make these is not that high, but it's definitely higher than Gaim memories. So in that sense, it makes sense why it costs more and such. So tell me what you think of the Genesis driver or the Warring States driver, any other driver. What's your favorite driver out of all the Kamen Rider series? Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, because take care and have a nice day. Bye.